Today I'm going to share with you my skincare rules to live by. Hi everyone, Manuela Marcheggiani from Isomers Skincare. I'm a cosmetic chemist and I've been involved with formulating skincare and working with skin for over 30 years. And because of that, and because of the fact that I had very problematic skin, and it wasn't just acne, it was a lot of sensitivity, immune issues, a lot of things going on, I've learned the hard way and the long road to having healthy looking skin or happier skin and being happy about my skin and boosting my self-confidence. So along the way, there have been certain rules that I have now realized that I actually live by, and so I wanted to share them with you. So they're not in any particular order, but they are the ones that really come to mind when I'm thinking about my daily skincare routine or what my skincare habits are. So first of all, never do I use products with fragrance in them. So with my skincare, I always go fragrance free. I don't formulate with fragrances. We don't put fragrances in our skincare products. So that is one of the rules that I live by. No fragrances in my skincare. And the reason why is fragrance is very sensitizing. Fragrance can cause a lot of issues with the skin, breakout, dryness. And again, I've had those challenges with my skin, so I stay away from fragrances. Another thing that I live by with my skincare routine is I don't put creams around or oils around my eye area. Around my eye area, I use serums. I use very lightweight formulations, nothing that's going to weigh that area down. The only time that I would put technically an oil around or something that's a little bit heavier around my eye is when I'm using a concealer, because that is an anhydrous formulation. There's no water in that formulation, so you put a little bit of concealer on. But already before I've put the concealer on, I've put my eye serum on. Eye serum with, algae extract. It has the hyaluronate, probably has something very moisturizing and hydrating to really help balance that eye area. I'm a big believer that heavy product, especially around the eyes, I have seen a lot of swelling, milia, sensitivity, almost the opposite of what you want to achieve. So I've always been the believer that you go very light, consistent around the eye area, but no heavy creams, no heavy oils around the eye area. Another thing that I live by in my skincare is when we're dealing with SPF, I don't go very high SPF. I stay within the range of 20 to 30, 15 to 30 maximum. I never go into the 50s, 60s, or 100. The reason is you're putting a lot of chemical on your skin for very little payoff. And because I have very sensitive and problematic skin or break out very easily, I have to weigh out the science and the reactivity, right? So we know, protection-wise, safety-wise, an SPF of 15 to 30 is that it, and especially if you're applying it properly, you're getting the coverage, you're getting the protection. It's a broad spectrum SPF. You're fighting against UVA, UVB. This is what you want to do. Just by adding a higher SPF doesn't mean you're getting more protection. And I also find with those higher SPFs, they tend to be greasy, they tend to be very heavy, and again, cause a lot of breakout to the skin. Another skincare habit or skincare rule that I live by is when I'm looking at formulations and when we're formulating or when I'm using formulations, I don't buy into a lot of the marketing baloney around organic skincare or clean beauty. There is no standard for clean beauty. Every company, every influencer, they come up with their own standards. It's not regulated. This is something that you can create your own definition of clean beauty and then try to talk about it. So scientifically, there is no clean beauty standard. So when a product talks about clean beauty, I don't buy into it. What I look for is toxicity, and I think that's really one of the things that, again, is one of my beauty secrets or habits that I live by. I look for products or use products or formulate products that are non-toxic, that are safe, that are effective, which means that a lot of organic products you can't use. A lot of natural products I won't formulate with. I won't put them on my skin, I won't put them in the formulas, Because just because they're natural or organic does not mean they're safe. Does not mean that they're non-toxic. Another one is essential oils. I don't like straight essential oils on the skin. They can be very toxic. They can cause a lot of irritation. There can be a lot of problems. So I'm always on the side of low toxicity, high efficacy, high safety, fragrance-free, understanding the chemistry of what we're doing, because everything is a chemical. So I know a lot of people are saying, well, I want products that are, chemical free. That's impossible. Water is a chemical, air is a chemical, everything is a chemical. What you really want to talk about is toxicity. So rules I live by in my skincare: 0 to no toxicity. And again, the toxicity is also related to the concentration. So if you're using products in low format, just think about, like, for example, salt. The salt, if you use a few granules of salt here and there, it's fine. It's not hazardous. But if you use a lot of salt, you could actually poison yourself. If you had a cup of salt, that's dangerous. So there's a high toxicity. So what we're trying to say here is the concentration also affects the toxicity of something. So again, things that I live by: very, very safe, non-toxic, fragrance-free, something that makes sense and not necessarily, and a lot of times I'm going more lab created, because again, that's really important for skincare. Also for my skincare, another rule that I live by is I don't use toners. I cleanse my skin, I keep the skin acidic, and I don't want to use a toner on top of that, because I don't like taking my skin on a pH roller coaster. So that's really important on how I cleanse my skin, and I find that my skin benefits greatly from that. The other thing is I don't try to do a lot of do-it-yourself at-home treatments. A lot of the microneedling or peeling or exfoliating that, people, they see them done professionally and they want to recreate them at home. I have seen a lot of things go wrong, a lot of infection, a lot of reaction, a lot of bacteria, a lot of issues with sensitizing the skin. So a rule that I live by is some treatments need to be done by professionals. So if you don't want to do those treatments, it's better not to do them at all than to do them at home and do them poorly. I hope you enjoyed my tips and tricks, the rules that I live by in my skincare habits. I'd love to hear what your rules are. I'd love to continue this conversation, because I think there's a lot that we could learn from each other with what we do with our skin, because it is a journey. And our skin does change, and the science changes, and the information changes. So it's really important to be able to have a dialogue and to work with one another. I look forward to your comments, and if you like the video, like it, share, and subscribe to our channel. Look forward to talking to you again.